Hey, sorry I didn't see you in this large cabin of mine I have here. Yes, that's right, I built a giant cabin in Blender, and from now forward we'll be using the various rooms I designed for my future storytime animations. But what caused me to take on such an ambitious undertaking, you may ask? Well, the answer might shock you. I just wanted to. And I wanted even more than to just make this for viewing purposes. I wanted to experience it. So that's just what I did. In this video, I'll show you how I made my dream house in Blender and how I put it in virtual reality to go inside. I first began by drawing out detailed blueprints, making sure to get all the measurements precisely. What? Of course I didn't do anything like that. Did you seriously think that I would take the time to plan out anything like a smart person would? I didn't have the patience for that. I immediately opened Blender and began working on the exterior of the house is what I did. Upon opening Blender, I figured I should take my very formal knowledge I acquired from Minecraft house builder videos and make a funky shape for the base, so my house would look more dynamic. I then added some simple cubes for the walls, trying to make them as not boring as possible. This was my first time ever building my own house in Blender, so it's safe to say that I didn't know what I was doing. But of course, I was too impatient to sit and watch a tutorial before starting, so I guess this was the best I could do. I then added the roofs to finish out the base of the design, and there I had it, the basic shape of what my house was going to look like. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten my architecture knowledge from Minecraft YouTubers, because I did notice that it kind of looked like the basic starter base from those Minecraft handbooks. After that, I figured I'd work on laying out the floors and working on a bit of the exterior detail. And by exterior detail, I mostly meant just outlining the corners of the walls with beams. I mean, it's some sort of exterior detail, I guess. After the beams, extremely thought out exterior detail had been completed, I decided to work on the windows. I figured I'd just be lazy with this one and shove cubes into the wall, and then use those cubes to carve out the window holes using the Boolean modifier. Now, a Blender expert might say, well, doesn't that create bad topology on your object? It does, but topology really doesn't matter, right? It's not like it's gonna have any long-term consequence. After the windows were done, it was then time to add the window panes, the interior walls, and the doors. Now, as expected, I didn't have any clue how many rooms I wanted in my house. So I just added a bunch of random rooms in random places and decided I would designate them later. And with that, I had finally gotten the exterior of the house done. Now that the basic design of the house had been completed, I figured it was time to start adding some materials. Now, I am very picky about using assets. When it comes to downloading model assets, I am very stubborn about not downloading any. Yes, that's right. I was willing to painstakingly model everything from the largest bookshelf to the tiniest salt shaker in my house, simply to say, I made everything myself in this house. However, I can't make good materials at all, so I just drag and drop the ones I want from Blender Kit. That must have made the texturing process very easy. I can already hear you assuming, and that's what I thought too. But nope, I had to UV unwrap all the walls and scale and rotate the funky little shapes all around until the wood logs on my house actually looked normal, which took a lot longer than you might have thought. And finding the right material that wouldn't crash the system also proved to be challenging as well. So I'll spare you all the boring details about adding materials and then just skip to the next part where I crash out because something else isn't working. Now, this is the first part of the process where I really struggled. I was going to move on to the lighting next, but I supposed that it would be best to create the environment around the house, so when I did add the lighting, the scene would also look properly lit. I had always been terrible at creating outdoor environments. I always found it difficult to create the illusion of infinite space with finite geometry. Anytime I attempted, you could always clearly see where the world ended. You could see the corner of my terrain, or you could see the empty blue sky beyond a hill that revealed the void beyond the scene. However, I really tried my best. I tried over and over and over again, but I still got the same result. I tried sculpting mountains around the scene, but the mountains always looked too close and too small in comparison with the house, and even with the mountains around, it still looked like I was on a floating island. I tried moving the mountains farther away, and then it felt like you could see the void between the terrain and the mountains, and then it hit me. What if I use layered PNGs? So after I added all my real trees using a tree model that I made in another Blender project, I went to PNG Egg and found the exact PNGs I needed. I found a row of mountains and a row of trees, and layering them together in the background created the exact effect I was going for. Thank you so much, PNG Egg. I also added a faint ring of fog around my trees using a torus with a principled volume material, and it also helped a little bit. After I finally got the environment the way I wanted it, it was time to move on to the lighting. I was really excited for this part because that meant I would be able to view the inside of my house in rendered view and get a neat look on what it might eventually look like. This process was simple and fun, just adding lights and then modeling the objects that the light would be coming from. I added some lamps, some fluorescent lights, some fans, and a giant chandelier for the living room. I was really happy with the result of it, but when I looked at the windows from the outside, yeah, there was this horrendous white reflection coming from the area lights through the glass material. I looked up a solution and it said to turn off glossy in the object settings here, but when I did that, it removed all of the reflecting light entirely, making the inside of the house look dull. So what did I do? I tinkered with it a lot, and some of the lights have different settings removed, but for the most part, I just unchecked the box that said diffuse, and that took care of the ugly reflections that flashbanged me every time I look at them. This was the second part of the process that I really struggled with. I need to give a little context. So my cat loves to walk on my keyboard and mess things up. It was cute, so when I saw him hop on my desk, I quickly saved and let him walk on it. Once he was done, I didn't actually see that he messed anything up, so I continued working. What I didn't notice was that he had pressed play on the timeline and then paused it on frame 311, and somehow, also without me noticing, a keyframe had been made on the first frame that really messed everything up. So when I made a test render to take a look at the lighting, all the trees had collapsed into the center of the house. I thought this was because I made them linked duplicates, so I tried over and over to fix that. Nothing. And then I realized I was on frame 311. I tried to go back to frame 1 and they collapsed again, and I couldn't undo the action. So every time they did this, I would have to close Blender without saving and open it back up again. And I still didn't realize this keyframe was there. I tried to make all the trees single users, unlink them, and move them so they wouldn't collapse. And over again, they did! I figured it was hopeless, so I just aimlessly stared at the screen until I noticed that little keyframe on frame 1 that messed everything up and deleted it instantly to fix the problem. Thanks, Bruiser. Decoration was not exactly a part that caused any problems, but boy was it time consuming. Because I am so stubborn and wanted to make everything myself, I decided to model everything in every room. And I mean everything. I started with the living room and modeled a simple sofa. I then made a log table, which I am very proud of how it turned out, using multiple materials to really give it the right look. After that, I modeled some other things in the room, and then moved on to the details, like trees in the pots and the books. I then realized just how long this was going to take. I figured it would be fun to add some of my own pictures to decorate the place, so I added some pictures and framed them as I hung them on the wall. Once I moved onto the second room, I realized I couldn't model everything new in every single room. I figured I would be reusing my own assets as I went along. That didn't make it fast by any means, but in comparison to modeling everything in every room without reusing any decorations, it was a much faster process. This was definitely the longest part of the creation process, so to spare you from the boredom of having me ramble about every single room, I'll just give you a speed tour myself. We got the living room, the game spot, the dining room, the kitchen, the foyer, the downstairs bathroom, the cabinet, the garage, the hallway, the guest bedroom, the gaming room, the studio, the display room, the upstairs bathroom, the attic, the master bedroom, and the master bathroom. If you pause to look at any of these rooms, you'll know that they've got lots of models in them, so this took a while. After days of work, I had finally completed modeling my dream house in Blender. I was not ready to stop here. I wanted to not just create my dream house, but go inside it. Since I did not have the money or resources, or time for that matter, to actually build a real house that I can go inside, the next best thing that I could do was to experience it in VR. I had the user permissions in VR chat to publish worlds, so I figured that's what I would do. I don't actually have any live recorded footage of me importing the house into Unity because that whole process was a mess. I realized that Unity doesn't actually support area lights, so I had to convert all my area lights into spotlights. Wait, how many area lights do I have in my scene? Oh. At first, the materials would not import into Unity. That was the day I learned about PBR materials and how all of the materials I downloaded from BlenderKit were not PBR materials. So I had to spend a ridiculously long amount of time manually converting all my materials into a PBR format on a copied blend file, which was annoying to say the least. Once I finally got the entire scene into Unity with all the materials, I tested it and ended up falling through the world. I looked up why, and apparently I needed to put colliders on all of my objects. I chose mesh collider for all of them. However, apparently that only works when your mesh is convex and all the holes in the wall that allow a player to pass through them are not convex. Also, the mesh colliders and unsupported shaders lagged out in my scene, so for the first time I entered the house in VR, it looked something like this.
Oh my PC!
I then realized if I wanted to go into any of the rooms in my house at all, I was going to have to cut up all the walls into different pieces so they could all have separate box colliders. After that annoying process, along with so many other issues that were lagging the scene, I finally got it to lag only a little bit in VR and was able to finally walk around my house. I even ended up figuring out how to add mirrors and those TV screens that can play videos. The last part of my plan, give my friends a tour of the house. Welcome, Paige, to my VR chat house. How do you like it so far? Is it
I think it looks pretty cozy.
Thank you. It's not the best quality and it's pretty laggy, but I'm gonna give you a tour. If you follow me over here, as you can see, we got the living room.
Ooh, I like it. Oh, it's you and
Yeah, I added some paintings. Over here you can see the Thanksgiving one I drew a while back.
Oh yeah, the Thanksgiving one.
Over here we have some cozy couches to sit in.
It's very, very comfy.
And we have a wide selection of books that you can actually pick up. I added VRC pickups to them. Yep.
We got green book, pink book, and blue book.
You need to read more. Oh shoot, what just happened? Anyways, if you're looking for a gathering, we have the dining room. We got some plates that you can pick up along with a lot of other things. And over here, we've got some more pictures.
Ah, it's Bruiser.
Yeah, it's Bruiser. You can pick up this water pitcher here. Yeah. Oh, let me just... Yeah. Over here we got the kitchen. We can get some food. We got some orange apples because the texture didn't apply. Yeah. We got some grapes if you want to eat them. Delicious.
Some bananas.
And we have microwave. I worked hard on microwave. Over here we got the bathroom with a mirror and the soap that fell down. Lots of toilet paper. As you can see, we can even go outside the house to look at the view.
I can touch grass.
This is Paige's first time touching grass. Documented, guys.
Yeah. I haven't touched grass in 10 whole years.
If you follow me up the stairs, we have more things up the stairs. Over here we have a lovely guest bedroom with a bed
Ew.
and some books and a cup.
Oh my gosh.
We also have some pencils here on the desk. What are you playing on that computer?
Minecraft. That's what I'm doing.
Over here we got the game room with some pictures.
Oh my gosh, the gaming room.
And over here we have some game consoles that don't depict anything in particular. Nothing at all. If you follow me over here, we got our art studio.
It's paired. Peridot.
We got some paintbrushes here in case you want to get up to some painting. Holding it backwards.
Yeah.
There we go. We also got some plushies on the wall that you can pick up here. Here's Frisky.
Oh yeah.
We also got a Minecraft dirt block because why not? Up here we got the attic filled with books.
Wow.
Check it out. I'm gonna set this book on fire. Yeah, it doesn't do that. And finally, we have the master bedroom.
Oh.
We got a lovely view.
Is this where you and Lucas sleep?
Yes. We also have this lovely bed that you can sleep on. Come join me in the bed. It's cozy. Oh yes, lovely. Nice time for relaxing. So how did you like the tour of the house?
I like it. It's very cozy.
Thank you, Paige, for being the first person to ever tour this house. Thank you for
You're
participating.
welcome.
And with that, I had finally completed my goal. I had modeled my dream house in Blender and created an amazing new scene to set my storytime animations in. And I had learned a new skill by putting the whole thing in VR and actually going inside. This new scene looks a lot better than the old scene I was using for my story times. It didn't even have a fourth wall. I had a lot of fun making this, and from now on, I think I want my channel to be more centered on videos like these, teaching myself to do incredibly ambitious things, and then showing off how I did it through a storytime format. Let me know if you guys like this type of content. Thanks for watching and have a great day!